about that before. You don't know what this man doing to them, if he beating them or treating them or mistreating them or... No. You know what I'm saying?
Your mother thought I was beating you.
She thought you was mistreating. She thought you wasn't treating me right.
Hey you guys, Bradley's back with another video.
What's up, everybody?
I know you guys have been asking us to bring back the relationship videos. We haven't done one in, I think it's been months now. It's been like 3 months. So we wanted to come back and bring you guys a series of relationship videos. We will have several coming up in the next few weeks. So make sure you're subscribed and your notification bells are on.
Yeah, we're going to be hitting on some pretty heavy topics. Everything from money to sex to in-laws, all kind of different stuff. So you definitely want to hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell as well to know when these videos are dropping.
So before we get started, just make sure you guys thumbs up this video if you're looking for more relationship videos and more relationship tips.
So today's video, we are going to talk about in-laws. How do you get along with your in-laws? Is it good? Is it bad? Is it kind of like, yeah, I see them when I see them, and things that we do that make our relationship a little smoother with our in-laws?
In-laws, in my opinion, are very tricky because no, you did not marry your in-laws. However, you married into that family.
They are part of it.
Yes, your spouse comes with a set of in-laws. Well, most people, hopefully. Your spouse comes with a set of in-laws, which means it is your, in my opinion, priority to get along with those people. If those people are important to him, as long as they're respectful, or her, I'm sorry, as long as they're respectful and they treat you well, I feel like you should be reciprocating and trying to really make that relationship work.
And when we say in-laws, the common thing that people think about is moms and dads, but in-laws, depending on the totality and complexity of the other person that you're dealing with, you could be talking about sisters, you could be talking about brothers, you could be talking about cousins, you could be talking about uncles, grandmother, grandfathers. Depending on the type of relationship that this person has with their family, you are embracing and need to embrace all that comes with that person. A little backstory on ours before we get too deep into this video. Me and my in-laws have been pretty good from beginning to end.
I love you.
I hit it off pretty well with my father-in-law off the jump. We both have a lot in common for our sports and our sporting background and lifting weights and just all the Browns, just all kind of different stuff. We really mesh.
I literally married my dad.
We really mesh when it comes to that stuff. Me and my mother-in-law talk and we laugh and we joke and we talk all the time, and she takes up for me when this one here is being mean to me or not seeing eye to eye with me.
So it was late at night a couple weeks ago, and he was in the basement and I was upstairs in our bedroom. I was laying in the bed and he asked me something, and somehow my text messages ended back up on my mother. It's like midnight, first off. Somehow my text messages ended back up on my mom when I text her before, and I text back, yes baby, and then she texts back right away. First off, I'm like, what are you doing up? But she texts back right away and was like, who you texting? And I was like, my husband, why are you up? She was like, oh, you better be. And she said she was gonna tell on me if I was cheating on him.
My mother, mom look out for me, and she, even to the point where she be like, you got a good man, because I cook, I clean on. But I love my mom, pops are dope. Shout out to my mother and father-in-law.
Me, on the other hand, well, okay, let's start from the beginning. It started off really, really well. I got along really great with his mom. Mark's father is not in his life, and so I got along really, really great with his mom. We talked a lot. We went places. We had a really good relationship, and then I don't quite know what happened. Honestly, I don't quite know what happened, but we hit a snag in our relationship probably once we got engaged, and it was really bad, like really rocky, where we didn't talk, we didn't like communicate at all, and I was just over it, and I don't know. It just got really bad to a point like right before our wedding where we didn't even know if she was going to show up to the wedding. Like, it was touch and go there for a minute. I mean, it really was. So it was just a really bad place. And then once we got married, it took a while, but we really tried to mend fences and really make it work. I think what really helped us like get back together was the kids.
Morgan. So
yeah, when I had Morgan, I think that really helped us kind of mend fences and work on the same team and get back together. And now everything's fine. Everything is great. We have a good relationship. I mean, we talk, we text, and everything is fine. But yeah, it got really rocky there for a minute. Now we're going to give you some things that we have done to make our relationships work out a lot smoother. The first thing that we have, and in my opinion, I think this is the most important thing that we've done, is to set boundaries with our parents.
Yeah, as she said, alluded to earlier, I am my mama's boy. I am my mom's first child. I am my mom's only son. So me and my mom are tight. Like, I got my mom's face tattooed on my arm. I love that woman to death. She was the only person that I confided with. She was the only person that I talked to. So needless to say, in our relationship, throughout my relationship with my wife here, I may have shared some things that I probably should have not shared with my mother. And it led to not the greatest thing between me and my wife here. So I would definitely encourage people to set boundaries, know what to share and what not to share. Not that you should not tell your mother anything about what's going on in a relationship, because she should know, but maybe not all the details about everything.
As far as setting boundaries, I feel like that was more so his issue with his mom, more so than me with my parents. I mean, I feel like I have a good balance with setting boundaries, unless you disagree.
No.
I think I've always had that. I've never, I don't know. I just don't share every single thing. And me and my parents, honestly, we might be now, but we were not as close as what him and his mom were. Like, I'm the one who, I'd like to take some credit in the fact of how tight that you and your mother and father have gotten over here. Because I used to be perplexed that she did not talk to her mom every day. Like, I talk to my mom every day. She did not talk to her parents. It'd be like a couple of days. I'm like, you ain't speak to your mom? And she'd be like, no. I could not believe that. I mean, that was just the nature of our relationship. I don't know. And so we've gotten closer over the years. I think we talk more now because of the kids too. Like, you guys know, my mom watches our kids while we go to work. So I think we've gotten closer now because of the kids, because I actually see her pretty much every single day because I'm picking the kids up or dropping them off. But yeah, he would like call his mom every day, and I'd be like, y'all been on the phone for like 30 minutes. What are you talking to mom so long for? What's going on?
Mom Dukes. I love mom.
Yeah, so I think the boundaries issue was more so his thing, but all in all, I think you need to set boundaries, and that's not just with your parents, but with everybody in your life. Your marriage, in my opinion, should be like your own little bubble, and no one else needs to be in that bubble. Next
thing that we have found very successful in us and when it comes to our in-laws is embracing. We both come from very hands-on families. Our families both really like to do things as far as barbecues and holidays and cookouts and parties and just, hey, I'm cooking Sunday dinner, come over type of things. And we both have to be present, and we are both very much present.
That's very true. So not only wanting your partner to come to your family's events, but you also need to be open to going to their family's events and being present in those, and being present, and also like being there, not just being there and not being social, but being there and being social and actually jumping in as a part of the family, because you are. So don't always sit in the corner and act like a guest, but jump into a conversation, help out in the kitchen, something like that. Little things like that that people will remember that you did, and the next time you come over, you're not even a guest. It's just like, girl, go ahead and sit down, like, go get your own drink, you're not even a guest. That's the type of relationship that you want to try to cultivate.
And you really have to put yourself out there and really have to involve yourself in the family. Because if you don't, you was just like, that's the girl who married my son, or that's the dude who married my daughter. Like, you don't want to come off like that.
It's true. And like you said, I don't like to refer to them as in-laws. They're just family at this point. I feel like we've been together for so long. We've been together for like 10 years. Over 10 years.
Yeah, you know that. You did the countdown a little while ago on the exact days and years, so.
Whatever. We've been together for over 10 years, so at this point, it's just family. Like, I don't know, it's not his family, it's not my family. Obviously, there's a distinction, but I mean, in our minds, they're just family. And so we treat it as such. And the last thing that I feel like, I was gonna say we learned, but I think it was more so I learned.
I think I learned that too.
You think so?
Yeah.
So the last thing is understanding that your in-laws have been your spouse's parents their entire life.
You just got here.
Not just, but they've been this person's parents their entire lives. They took care of them, they raised them, they did everything for them, and now here you come and all of a sudden they don't call as much. All of a sudden they don't spend as much time with them, and sometimes that's hard. And that's something that I definitely feel like I went through, and I feel like I had to learn to understand. We got married, I mean, it's not that young, but when you think about it, it is pretty young. I was 25 years old, so learning that and really understanding that, like in my mind, I'm like, I'm not taking your child. I'm not taking your child. I don't understand where this is coming from or what the issue is. But now looking at it, I guess I can understand that it's just really hard to give that up. I've been watching Jane the Virgin on Netflix, and there was an episode where Jane, the main character in the show, her husband, he was only her husband for like 24 hours. He got shot on their wedding night, actually. And so his mother came, they're all at the hospital, and they have to make this decision where he either gets this surgery or he might be paralyzed. So it's touch and go, and the surgery is very, very risky. And so the mother is there, and she's like, he's not gonna wanna have that surgery. You wanna risk my son's life, yada, yada, yada. And she's just going on. And Jane's just very calm, and she's like, let's sit down and discuss this. And I thought that was, it sounds small, but I feel like some people would have been like, no, I'm the wife, I make the decisions, and I want to have the surgery, or I don't want to have the surgery, you know? And she said, let's sit down, you as his mother, as knowing him his whole life, me as his wife, let's sit down, let's talk this out and discuss this. And I thought that was a great gesture, and it kind of, I guess, ties in what I'm trying to say here as far as this point goes.
Yeah, I'm definitely to concur with that. My mother is a strong focal point in my life today, and definitely in the past. Your mother or father, depending on what age you get married at. I was 29 when I got married. I've been with my mother and been the only son, the only male around. So my mom did get remarried, but I was the constant male around from the time I was born till I was about 28, 27 years old. And it was like, okay, now here comes this woman who wants to take my son and thinks she knows what's best for my son now. And it's like, yeah, you do have to understand that, look, you are the wife, or you're going to be the wife, but she was mom. So
that doesn't mean be disrespected now.
No, it doesn't.
It doesn't mean completely let someone else take over decision making and everything because they're mom, but it just means try to work with that person and understand where they're coming from.
Everything in a relationship comes back to communication, be it communication with your in-laws, be it communication with one another. It has to be some form of communication. It has to be a talking point, and if you ain't talking, it ain't working. So, but
true. That
is gonna wrap it up for this video. If you guys are excited for the next part of this series, don't forget to hit that likes button. Again, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, and don't forget to hit that notification bell so you can know when the next part of this series is coming.
Also, this was the kickoff video to Vlogmas. So I hope you guys enjoy. And like my husband said, just make sure your subscribes and your notification bells are clicked, because we will be throwing the rest of the videos from this series within Vlogmas.
Until the next video, it's them Bradleys checking out. Peace.